Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new Starfield video. Today we are discussing the entire history of Starfield. But for anyone who's new to Starfield, let me first explain a little bit. Starfield is a space-themed open-world RPG that is being developed by Bethesda Studios. And it's being directed by Todd Howard, the genius behind the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series. So, where does this whole Starfield adventure start? We need to go all the way back to 2013. Here, the public first came in contact with the Starfield name, because it was trademarked by Bethesda in March of 2013. And yes, that is almost 10 years ago. So now we fast forward to June of 2018, where Starfield officially got announced. But the only thing that was really shown was just a shot of a planet and some outer space, and the Starfield name and logo. After that, Bethesda went radio silent for 3 more years. On June of 2021, we got our first real look at Starfield. It showed off some cinematic shots and it revealed some things about the basic story and your cute robot companion, Vasco. In this teaser trailer, the release date for Starfield was officially announced, 11/11/2022. Following the teaser trailer, Todd Howard also did a pretty lengthy interview with IGN, where he elaborated on a couple things we saw in the trailer. 2 months later, in August, we got 3 really short videos about 3 of the major cities in Starfield: Aquila City, Neon and New Atlantis, and we got some basic lore about them and a couple pieces of concept art. In November of the same year, the Starfield marketing really started to pick up. Bethesda dropped their first episode of Into the Starfield, a behind-the-scene video series. In the first episode we get a pretty big explanation of what the vision behind Starfield is and how it came to be. In March of 2022, the second episode of Into the Starfield dropped, with some more discussions about the game itself and the various factions, for example. Only a month later, in April, the third and last episode dropped, The Sound of Adventure, which was focused all around sound design. On May 12, 2022, the day that every Bethesda fan dreaded finally came. Bethesda announced via Twitter that Starfield had been delayed to the first half of 2023. Even though, in previous interviews, Todd Howard seemed to be pretty sure of the 11/11/22 release date. But yeah, I guess we'll need to wait a little longer. Despite the delay, we still got our first gameplay reveal a month later. Bethesda dropped a 15-minute video where they had a good chunk of raw gameplay and they provided additional information about the story, the major factions, how spaceships will work, crafting, outposts, and much more. Here was also revealed that Starfield would be taking place in over 100 solar systems and 1,000 planets, which invoked mixed reactions from the public. A couple months went by, and in October of 2022, Bethesda dropped their new video series on Starfield, called Constellation Questions. The first episode featured Todd Howard, and he talked a little bit more about the creation of Starfield, and we got some additional information on dialogue and character customization. Then 2 months later, in December of last year, the second episode dropped and it featured Will Shen, the lead quest designer of Starfield. So the episode was all about quests and NPCs. Moving into this year, at the end of January, Xbox had their big developer direct. It featured multiple of their big upcoming releases, but Starfield wasn't there. On Twitter, an announcement was made that Starfield would be getting its own big showcase. But that announcement was a month ago and we still haven't heard anything since about the showcase. I guess that brings us to the present. Where do we stand now? And what will the Starfield timeline look like in the future? Well, we have the big Starfield showcase coming up. If Bethesda still wants to release Starfield in the first half of 2023, I would say they do need to do this showcase probably in March. And my prediction will be, if we get the showcase in March, they will announce the release date for June. Because April is probably too soon, and in May they have Redfall coming out, and if Starfield is gonna be coming out in the same month as Redfall, probably not many people are gonna be playing Redfall. On top of that, another really big game, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, is coming out in mid-May. So yeah, I'm gonna put my money on June. That was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any more Starfield topics you want me to cover, leave them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. And then I'll see you guys at the next video.